Hi, I'm Cali Tucker, and I'm so happy to be with you on your very special day. Well, my family's in the music industry. My mom was a country singer, signed with Capitol Records. I believe she had 5 albums out with them. My aunt is Tanya Tucker. You know, she's an iconic country legend. So when we were younger, they would take us on the road with them, and we get to, see what that lifestyle was like. We'd go out on stage, sing a couple songs, introduce us, keep us kids very involved in what they were doing. And, I caught the bug at a young age, and I wanted to keep pursuing it, and now I'm doing it. I think all the bad memories and bad experiences are actually what shape you. I mean, that's what molds you into the person and the artist that you are, is getting the no's and the rejection. And, you're figuring yourself out, like, who are you? What's your brand? What is the message that you're sending? How do you want to be what kind of songwriter do you want to be? How do you want to be portrayed on stage? And a lot of it is just, oh my gosh, embarrassing things, like, why did I do that? It's a lot of trial and error, but I think that really does mold you into becoming the artist that you are and who I am. I was in Nashville as a songwriter. I was pursuing that. I was doing, showcases, writers' rounds. I was still, actively working, though, as a bartender, cocktail waitress, trying to make a living pursuing this dream. And my mom calls me and she says, hey, there's an audition in Vegas for The Voice, and your sister-in-law is going to go and do it. You should go do it. And I was like, honestly, any excuse to go to Vegas and party, I was down, even if it meant me having to go and audition for a show that I probably won't get on. So flew to Vegas, did a big cattle call audition, showed up at 3 a.m., waited in line, and had the most amazing audition experience of my life, and then wound up being chosen to go on the show, the live show, and got chosen with Team Blake. And that was a really magical experience, and it took me doing that to really get over the hump to the next level of my career, which was moving to Vegas and becoming a full-time performer here, all the while doing my original material and touring in between the times that I'm here in Vegas. So it took me to the next level for sure. There are a lot of pressures and expectations of me in general, just simply because of my family and the background that I have. Although we are all very, very different, we're similar in a lot of ways as well. But I do want to stand out as my own artist, and the pressures of that can be a little extreme. I think the beauty standards are a little crazy in my industry, but I think knowing your worth, knowing your value, and keeping the expectation that you're going to go out there and do the very best you can, knowing who you are as an artist, and you're giving that brand and that that character to the crowd. You're giving them who you are, but also a little bit of who you aren't. I think happiness is the main message I want to convey to my audience. Is keeping the fairy tale life. Like, don't let go of the fairy tale. I don't care how old you are. It's something that we grew up with, and there's a certain, we all just want to escape. Music is an escape for me, and I'm sure it's an escape for most people. Just being able to, I say live in a fantasy land. The reality is boring. Why not just make everything super exciting? So and another thing is, like, I really want to encourage the guys on that. I'm not just saying that message to the girls, because girls are naturally, living in la la land, but I want the guys to as well. I want them to feel like love is beautiful and it's attainable and it's magical, and you can have the fairy tale. And so everything has got, just close your eyes and think of the most fun, beautiful, vibrant colors. And I think that's just what I want to portray in my music. I would say there's challenges you face when it comes to the business side of the music industry. You have to be pretty knowledgeable about a lot of things that you shouldn't have to be pretty knowledgeable about, if that makes any sense. There's just a business aspect that is something I do pride myself on, that I take very seriously, and knowing how to read contracts. And I think I've signed really bad deals. I've signed real non-existent label deals. And I was so young and stupid and didn't realize. So, you just really learn from those mistakes. And I think a lot of it just has to make sure, when you see a snake in the grass, you can tell that that's a snake in the grass. And make sure you stay far, far away. I mean, my biggest musical influence is obviously my family, but second to that is going to be Shania Twain. Shania Twain, she's my queen. She is my muse, and Dolly Parton. Both of those women are so smart in business, not only talented and creative, and they're the most well-rounded, I think, that I've ever witnessed. I mean, they've taken their brand and just skyrocketed it into the stratosphere of what the possibilities are, as far as being able to cross over from country music to pop and other genres and collaborate with so many different artists throughout their careers. I think that's where it's at for me. I never want to be pigeonholed into one thing forever, and I have a lot of respect for those ladies. Hope I can be like them one day. So I'm very excited to be partnered with the Chapel of the Flowers exclusively, here locally and nationally and internationally, at all of their event spaces and weddings. And I'm excited to really dive in and get to be a part of these weddings and these special days and moments for these families and these couples, and getting to share my love for music with them in these special times. I think it's going to be some of the most memorable shows I've ever done.